Welcome, warriors, to another episode of Hearts of Iron 4, this time using the Great War mod, which encompasses World War I as adaptation to the normal Hearts of Iron 4 timeline. So, whereas in the normal base game, most of it starts at World War II, 1936 or 1939, depending on your choice. On this mod, you are now given the ability to either start in 1910, in the setting the powder keg of Europe, or in 1914, the actual beginning of the Great War. Now, before we start this series, I'm actually going to turn down my audio a bit. It's incredibly loud. That's a bit better. Perfect. So, yeah, what this game basically is like I said, it is the... I'm just gonna, just get into the screen. It is essentially, a World War I mod for Hearts of Iron 4. It's very comprehensive, very well made, as far as I can see. There have been, a multitude of changes made to the game throughout its short-lived existence, especially with the Together for Victory expansion, adding different autonomy levels for puppets and all that. But currently, our major players in this war are, as you can see, I believe is here, France, obviously, the Ottoman Empire. So that's the Ottoman Empire after World War I broke up into a multitude of minor states. The Balkan League mostly took over their Balkan holdings. Turkey was around from here to here. Still maintained its border in cars with Russia. Iraq took over, Britain/Iraq took over here, Britain took down here, and France took over here. So they kind of the Entente kind of expanded their colonial endeavors in the Middle East, whereas the Ottomans collapsed into what is now Turkey, under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. The United Kingdom, as we know, Germany, which is right now the German Empire, Italy, Austria-Hungary, Austria-Hungary, that's important. Austria-Hungary, so, the big guy right here, devolved into, at least in World War II, Czechoslovakia, Austria. In the game, who owns this? Oh, Yugoslavia, obviously. Hungary, this bit went to Romania, this bit went to Russia, I think. Oh, no, Poland, yeah. I really don't remember, I'm sorry, my World War I knowledge is a bit rusty. Then we have the United States, Serbia, and Bulgaria. So Serbia and Bulgaria were Britain in the Balkan League, the Wars of the Balkan League. So that's why they're essential to this game. But today, we're going to be playing as, one of the roads a bit less traveled in World War I. Actually, one of the countries that, kind of defined how World War I was played out in terms of, the constantly switching alliances and kind of the shedding of the last medieval understanding of the world by the European powers. We're going to be playing as Italy. With, the Risorgimento fresh in our minds. We are going to be jumping in, beating out the Austro-Hungarians, hopefully making friends with the French, and leading the Entente to victory like we historically did. So it should be a pretty fun campaign. I did have a campaign going with, what's it called, Germany, right? But I realized that, frankly, it's probably not too good of an idea to just do a generic Hearts of Iron 4 campaign. This game has been out for upwards of 7 months now, and that's probably not going to be enjoyable for, upwards of 7 months? 6 months? Something around there. And that's probably not going to be enjoyable for most. So I try to do something a bit more fresh. Great War is a pretty popular mod right now, but still, I think there's a lot of untouched ground here. So yes, we are playing the nation of Italy. You may have heard me said earlier that the Risorgimento is still fresh in our minds. So the Risorgimento, if you do not know, I should say here, the Risorgimento, otherwise known as the Italian Unification, was a political and social movement that consolidated different states of the Italian peninsula into the single state of the Kingdom of Italy. The memory of this event, as well as the irredentism that followed, is a driving force in both Italian unity and politics. So if you don't know, the Risorgimento, if you played Victoria 2, you probably know about it. It was basically when, I believe it was Sardinia-Piedmont who actually did it, united the Italian states, save for the Papal State, who still controlled Latium, but united the Italian states into the Kingdom of Italy, after they had been freed from Austrian, French, and Holy Roman influence. I know the Holy Roman influence kind of waned a bit earlier on, but still. They eventually ended up taking Rome in 1871 from the Papal State, and then I think a war with Austria-Hungary, I don't know when it was, but it did happen. They took the state of Veneto, or Venezia, or Venice, and this is where we are now. So hopefully we're going to be taking back our cores, Italia Irredenta and all that, so South Tyrol, Istria, and Dalmatia. Zara, rather, this little bit. So yeah, that's what Italy actually got in real World War I. That's what we're going to be trying to do as well. Hopefully even take more of the Austrian Empire, Maybe, try to reestablish the old borders of the Romans. We'll see. So we are going to be wanting to go down a relatively democratic tree. So we're going to reinforce the Republic's authority and secret deal with France eventually. Oh, I'd say that one of the most important things is to, where is it? Yeah, Libyan claims. We have to prepare to get Libyan claims because we want a war with the Ottomans that allows us to gain ground in Libya. That's very important if we ever want to be, successful colonially. Tunisia's independent. That's new. Oh, integrated puppet of France. So kind of short-lived independence, but still. Puppet. Yeah, France has a lot of African puppets. Unsurprisingly, the north of France was widely ruled by African sultans. So. Yeah, Germany still has a lot of colonies down here, pretty interesting. Tanganyika, otherwise known as Tanzania nowadays. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so, alright, let's get right into this. So, the Austrians are going to be our enemies, as you may know, just from the get-go. Mechanical computing, that's obviously important. Industry, basic hand tools, well, that's nice, we get an immediate bonus to industry. Human-powered transport. And I guess I'll go with oil extraction, just for the resource gain efficiency. I don't think we actually have any oil provinces yet, but I'm not willing to check right now. I guess we'll just build some civilian factories in our proper homeland. That should be enough for now. In terms of military factories, obviously support equipment is pretty difficult to manufacture, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Put the rest of it towards infantry equipment. For these guys, let's say that, yeah, we'll have 1 and 1. We'll let these guys just finish it off, and then we'll move on to destroyers, which are much cheaper to produce. In terms of national focuses, let's go with, can we go with infrastructure? Infrastructure or Europe? Let's go with European focus, screw it. Politics, we will, oh, it's a nice, we're already partially mobilized. That's a great benefit in the beginning. Is there, yep, captain of industry to help us with our civilian factory building. And we're going to build some Bersaglieri divisions. Bersaglieri, whatever you want to call it. Build like 7 of those. So Italy has some nice manpower. We are one of the major powers in this war, so shouldn't be too bad. Actually, yeah, let's make 1 more of those. And let's make like 3 cavalry. This is a bit hefty in the beginning. I think we'll be alright. Italia Ardenta, alright? Resources from the States for pretty much everything. They are going to be our ally in the future, so it's not... Jeez. It's not too bad to rely on them economically. That's a really big drain on our economy. It shouldn't be so bad after we, sort out these ships down here and move on to something less expensive, but still, it is quite annoying. Okay, so now in terms of setting up our armies, I'd say that one of the first things that we should be doing is setting up a naval invasion, actually, of, what's it called? Of Libya. So, let's see, I'll equip these guys with your average general. Put them all in Palermo for, the naval invasion to take place. For some reason, we have the Schutzkorps of Bosnia and Herzegovina just hanging out down here. So that's nice, I guess. These northern guys will build into the Armando Diaz army, and we'll send these guys to help him with that, and these guys as well. I believe that's all of our men. Assign them to this order. And that should be everything so far. We'll actually, I'll speed it up, but get it started. Welcome to the Great War. So you're a veteran player of the Hearts of Iron Saga. How good are you? I'm decent, so let's just play on normal difficulty. I did forget to mention one crucial thing. We have to set up our naval situation. So our ship should also be going to Palermo. It's going to be very important to patrol the what's it called? The Tyrrhenian Sea. Ooh. I'm actually probably going to want to move a lot to Cantabria as well. I believe you can do this by doing this. No? How do you set a home port? It'll tell me on here. Control right click. And with you guys as well. And then with you guys. Perfect. Right to... Oh, is that that port too small for us? Maybe we'll just put it in wherever this is. Alright, that should work out. Perfect, we have 2 admirals, that's pretty much all we need. So these guys are going to patrol in the Adriatic, these guys are going to patrol in the... They can really do the Tyrrhenian or the Central Mediterranean, so I'm going to actually put them on both. After combining them, of course. Awesome. So, this is Mare Nostrum, basically. Edward the Seventh. Rip. Edward the Seventh, new King of England. Yep, George the Fifth. Okay, cool. George V is a new king. So, yeah, we just want to make sure that we have control of these seas to ensure the prosperity of our Libyan incursion. We'll immediately set... Oh, where are they? Recruit and deploy. Set these guys up. These ships should be finished pretty, I don't know, in pretty short order, and then we'll be able to focus on the destroyers, like I said earlier. Albania revolts, that's a border war in Albania. I remember that from a campaign I played as the Ottomans a while back. Naval invasion from Palermo to... Oh, now the question is, do you want to go straight for Tripoli, or... It's a bit hard, because like I think if you go straight for Tripoli, they'll get a notification saying, hey, they're going to do a naval invasion on Tripoli, and they'll station troops in Tripoli. So I'm gonna go like... Oh, I can't do that. That's my move. I know that you do get some starting troops as well for this, but I'd rather just have the I'd rather also just have, you know, like a division of 10 to help me with the beachhead for the Libyan invasion. I mean. All right, so yeah, this is the first real campaign on the channel. We did some, you know, like I said, we did a bit of a stint with Germany last time, but really, Germany in World War II is just so overdone in Hearts of Iron 4. Everyone's played it, everyone's seen a playthrough, and frankly, I wanted to do something a bit different. Also, you know, the Risorgimento and this time in Italian history is, to me, really cool, and so I really wanted to share it with you guys and see how, you know, you guys kind of take it. So Austria-Hungary, as I was saying earlier, they're going to be our biggest rival. There is no question about that. The Austro-Hungarians historically have oppressed the Italians by controlling, like, Venezia, or what's it called now? Veneto and Lombardia. I only know this from playing Victoria 2, by the way, so this is, you know, I'm not some crazy history guy. But, yeah, so I guess the main goal of this is going to be to take back South Tyrol, Istria, and, what's this called? Zara, again. So now we've established our European focus, we're going to make a secret deal with, actually we should go with the political effort first, to start reinforcing the Republic's authority. But after that, it's going to be a secret deal with France. Hopefully we're going to get back those French cores of Alsace-Lorraine, or, you know, under the Germans' control, Alsace-Lothringen. Oh, we can actually do something immediately with our political power. That is great. We're going to go with Societa Motecata, because industry is always good, it's always beneficial. The Ottomans. Oh, yeah, we also hate the Ottomans. Italy kind of hates a lot of people. We used to hate France. We could hate France in this campaign, but, you know, I think I'm going to refrain. Just so you guys know, this mod is under constant work. Honestly, props to the mod dev, because he is just working non-stop on this thing, you know, to improve historical accuracy, to keep up with Together for Victory and all that. You know, he just added the Kingdom of Bavaria. I didn't even see this before. They are, yeah, an integrated puppet of Bavaria. Little known fact, Bavaria actually retained control of most of its levies after it was incorporated into the German Empire. So this is pretty realistic. Austria-Hungary, when I played Austria-Hungary, literally like, what, 3 or 4 days ago, Hungary was an independent state, and that really screwed up my plans at world domination, because all my factories were going to the United States, because where is it? In resources, you can see Hungary has a crap ton of wood, and, you know, a decent supply of iron, and basically everything you need to maintain a basic military economy. But I didn't have Hungary, so I was, you know, sending all my supplies to the States, and it was kind of ruining my economy. So that didn't turn out so well. Human powered transport, lovely. Put on mining. Once we get mining, we'll probably be able to reduce our orders by a couple of factories. Especially when wood is so important. You know, they added wood as a major resource in the Great War mod. Especially when wood is so important and so abundant, but also so, you know, like, necessary to all your projects. Resource gain efficiency is actually, you know, its significance is really improved. It's always been pretty significant if you're playing someone like Romania, who relies entirely on their oil-based economy. Okay, there it is, 60 oil. At least in the normal game, that's basically, you know, all Romania is good for. Or Venezuela, you know, same way. But as any other nation, resource gain efficiency isn't too important. But now, you know, with the addition of wood, I feel like it's, you know, it's really come into its own. Okay, so our plan is ready to, what's it called? To execute, sure, as soon as we are ready. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be a little sneaky and take 10 of these guys. Geez, we're already building units. That's great. But anyway, take 10 of these guys, put them down in Calabria, and and see if we can't launch a naval invasion on the Ottomans once we do this whole Libyan thing. Because I was having, last time I played this game, I was just doing it for, you know, for like a quick run through, and I was having a bit of trouble actually taking Libya. They had a pretty strong garrison in Tripoli, and my naval blockade didn't seem to be doing much work. So I saw the Italian AI actually make an assault through the Balkans up to Constantinople. So not sure if that's historical, but it seems like a pretty good strategy, and that's definitely what I'm going to do this time. Alright, we're immediately going to get the Army Experience Guide. Fleet Experience is pointless in this game. That is all I have to say about it. There's no sugarcoating there. There's no point for Fleet Experience as far as I can tell. Like, no realistic point. We're quite behind on production, but that should be sorting itself out relatively quickly once we start getting our civilian factories sorting out. Okay, there's our first factory done. Our armored cruiser is almost done in about a month. A bit more than that, I guess. Should probably start playing this naval invasion ASAP. So, bam. Ooh, let me take that back. Is there anything I can do this a bit better? No, I guess I'll just go with this. Yeah. Oh, wait, can we not do this? Why not? These guys can do it. Yeah, first army, 10 divisions, no? Do we not? No, we have enough. Okay, what if I take one of these guys out? I am not entirely sure why this isn't working. Maybe the cavalry like counts as 3 troops or something, because they're like much more supply heavy. I have no idea. Oil extraction's up anyway. Let's research some heavy industry. You know, always the first text you should be getting are to jumpstart your industry. A popular figurehead's nice, but I think I'm actually, you know, I will go with popular figurehead just to make sure that, you know, we'll be able to stand up for ourselves in a war. I don't know why this is not working. I'm gonna try to redo the order. It's a level 2 naval base. Maybe that has something to do with it. It's a pretty low level. Improved oil drilling. If I do it from here, from Toronto. Now can I assign you guys? Oh, come on. What? Oh, maybe you can only have 10 at a time? So, like, I can't do my thing here? I don't know. So, like, you can only have 10 troops involved in any naval invasions at one given time. That makes sense. It'd be a bit dumb, but it would make sense. Well, our ship should be done pretty soon. And perfect, there we go. So, we're also reinforcing the Republic's authority. Mexico is in the state of civil war. Absolutely lovely. Free dockyards should just be building destroyers. They're not the best, but we don't really... I mean, we kind of need the factories, you know? Let's get rid of whatever else we were spending on those. Do we even need that much? Yeah, we do. Revolution in Mexico, great. No coal. Much less wood. Improved hand tools, lovely. Let's build some new surgical instruments as well. Okay, so now we should have, oh, perfect, 13. Yeah, so destroyers aren't too resource efficient, but, you know, they do something. So I'm just gonna wait, you know, I'm gonna see what we can do with these guys. Maybe once we actually, you know, launch this invasion, the war will be long-lived enough for us to launch a separate invasion here. Modify the government. Yeah, I don't need one of these guys right now. I think I'll go with a army offense guy. Gotta love that army offense. But yeah, so this is the first episode of the Hearts of Iron 4 Great War mod. Fantastic mod, great creator, and basically I love everything about it. You know, it's all very historically accurate in terms of puppets, and it's constantly being worked on. And yeah, I'm a huge fan. But on the note of New Year's, I do believe that we are... Oh, let's see if I can get that on the nose. Oh, no, I can't. But I do believe we are out of time. Please come back next time for more Hearts of Iron 4 Great War content. Have a nice day. Merry Christmas. And I will see you guys all next time.